So in this video, we'll be seeing about the future of blockchain, how it can be adapted. In order to using this as a future, what are the things which need to be taken into consideration, etc. Before going deep into our session, we'll just have a recap what is meant by blockchain and what are the advantages of using the blockchain. As we all know, blockchain is a decentralized distributed ledger which is very highly secure and it is transparent, and the integration part is little bit easy when we are moving into our traditional methodology compared to other technology. We should keep it into note that it is compared to other technology, integration is little bit okay. So when we are moving into blockchain, what are the things which need to be taken into consideration in order to shape the future of the blockchain? So scalability advancement should be taken into consideration. When the capacity of blockchain usage is very high or it is moved to very mass adoption, then the scalability advancement should be there. So shifting the sustainable and faster conscious mechanism need to be taken into consideration in order to give an energy efficient transaction verification. The interoperability between the blockchains need to be taken into consideration because the connection between diverse blockchain networks should be seamless. The integration with emerging technologies such as AI, IoT and other cutting edge should be taken into consideration in order to shape the future of the blockchain. Next comes our DApp. DApp plays a major role in finance. So DApp expansion, if it is expanded, then DeFi growth will be very high. DeFi is not something that decentralized finance which will experience a significant growth when DApp usage is expanded. NFT is something like it is a digital art to education and IP rights. DAO governance will be based on the governance model will be also at a growth will be there in a considerable level. Next comes our blockchain adoption. It can be first taken into we can be done in our enterprise or government. In case of government, blockchain based voting system can be implemented which offer a high impact with low despite of its low adoption. Since the impact will be very high, but when we are going for adoption, it is very low. Then supply chain traceability. In supply chain traceability, the trust and efficiency is very high. It has an high impact and high adoption. Digital identity management, which is being adopted very in minimal level, the impact is also very low. E-governance shows high impact but limited, shows high adoption but it has limited impact. So voting system, when we are adopting in very high level, then the impact also can be increased. As of now, everywhere supply chain traceability blockchain adoption is little bit high compared to other areas. So blockchain evaluation plot, the regulatory clarity should be provided in case of blockchain adoption. Clear rules should be given so that it will boost the institutional confidence. Next comes our digital asset recognition. Legal statutes for digital assets and DAO should be provided so that the rules and regulations can be followed easily. The smart contract standardization should be there so that the uniform contracts improves the interoperability between the blockchains, and the private technology should be implemented in order to balance the transparency and privacy. So when we are using a blockchain as our future, we will be having some key challenges which need to be taken into consideration so that we can shape the future of blockchain in an effective way. The regulatory inconsistency. So first and foremost is legal and regulatory issues need to be taken into consideration which will enhance the adoption of the blockchain. Next one is the smart contracts vulnerabilities. Since we are using in our finance part, smart contracts should be highly invulnerable, so the risk and losses and trust will be very high. Skill gaps should be taken into consideration, so limited development and understanding of blockchain is there, and the skilled people also is very less compared to our traditional method. So raising the question about fairness is something ethical concern which need to be taken into considerations, and government governance issue which is something like it affects the decision making and control. If these key challenges are taken into consideration in a very right way, then the future of blockchain is the adoption is also very high. So that the main problem now we are facing is that the regulatory issue which need to be taken into consideration immediately. Since the laws are different for different nation, the generalized law should be implemented for blockchain. Hope in this video you'd have seen what are the advantages and how it can be used. And the thank you.